Hello again. It's time for another episode of the podcast of Still. I am recording so many right now because I can't get enough of this film and I want to talk with as many people as possible. And right now I'm here with the legend that is Paul Edwards from Geek Garage and DC World, sir. My brother from another mother, as it were, my travel pal. We've just had a couple of amazing days in London where we got to watch the film as well as, wire across off a building and go to James Gunn Q&As. But Paul, welcome, sir.
Hello, Luke. Hello, everyone. Thanks for having us on, Luke. It's been I'm still on cloud nine, Luke. I'm sure you are as well.
I don't think I've slept for about a week, Paul, but this is an absolute honour because right now I'm in the Geek Garage. Technically, I'm there in store.
We are here. It's not a backdrop. We're actually in the shop. So you're the first person to do one of these, and we're doing it in the shop, which is great.
A webcam from in the store. Absolutely thrilling. But yes, Paul, we are here to talk all about you and Geek Garage and DC World and, of course, this amazing movie. So we've mentioned in previous chats about what you love to do online. It is about sharing your passions for Superman and DC Comics and pop culture. And, of course, this amazing shop as well. How's the shop going?
The shop, I'm not going to lie, it's going really well. It's going better than I anticipated 6 months ago, coming here full time. It was quite scary. Had a few low days where I was like, have I done the right decision? But it's sort of turned around the last few months. So fingers crossed, it's positive. So that's good, hopefully.
I hope so too. I mean, right now everyone is loving collecting, whether it be Funkos or trading cards or these Labubu things. They're absolutely loopy. I've seen people collecting those. But I'm glad that the business is doing good for you and the fact that you are still able to attend events with me and the rest of the DC UK family from moments like Superman. So we've seen the film now and we can talk about it. This will be going out after the embargo does drop. But Paul, tell me about the film. What do you think?
Luke, I bloody loved it. It was so much better than I thought. And, we see the first and the second trailer, and then I stay away from all the GIFs, the 1 minute TV ads and all this, because you start piecing bits together. So I stayed away from all of that on purpose.
Well done.
And to get to all see it together and all of our raw reaction in the cinema at Warner Brothers was like amazing. I think this is probably going to be the reaction everywhere, but it was like watching a comic come to life on the screen. It was like you was watching a real comic book. Monsters, aliens, other dimensions, a flying dog. What more did you want in a Superman film?
What more could you want? That's it. Now, this is going out now, but we will try and keep it spoiler free until the end of the chat, which might be difficult, but it's what people are saying, the fact that it is like a comic book, which is what you want to hear. You want to see Superman being bright and bold and heroic and saving children and battling monsters and massive kaijus. You get that in this film, and it is non-stop action and beautiful visuals from start to finish, including all that fantastic storyline and character development as well. It's been a long time coming, but we have finally seen it. Definitely won't be the last time, because as we record this, it is Monday, July the 7th, and we're both going to London tomorrow after we've been able to announce to the world that we've seen the film, and we're going to go and see it again. What are you looking forward to paying more attention to this time round, Paul?
I think all of it, Luke. Now, we're going to see this in, hopefully, the IMAX tomorrow, so we're going to be able to see it and probably pick out a lot more. I always do with a second viewing, no matter whatever film we've seen. I start noticing a lot more than I did the first one. I think 'cause the first one is the excitement. You're listening to dialogue, you're watching the scenes, and you get lost in cinema, don't you? So I like the second one. I've got to say, the opening scene, for me, is going to be epic on that big screen tomorrow. I know it. It's going to be amazing.
I mean, it's one of these films that you must absolutely see on a huge screen. It's an absolute must. I'm in when the film comes out, a couple of days after, I'm going back to London to see it on the IMAX at Waterloo, the biggest screen in the country, and that, as you said, that opening scene is going to just melt my eyes. I cannot wait for that. But I want to see, as you said, I'm excited to go back and just take note of those things that I might have missed the first time round, just because I was so overwhelmed and overexcited. I want to go back and listen to those smaller bits of dialogue on those quieter scenes. I want to notice more Easter eggs. I've noticed a lot. James Gunn has said this is the most Easter egg-laden film he's ever created. But I want to take a real good look inside Lois's apartment and the Daily Planet I want to spot the most tiniest of detail because everything is put there for a reason. And there's been so many Easter eggs that we did notice so far, but I'm just excited to go and see it time and time again.
This will be the same. We'll see it in this screen tomorrow, but then when the Blu-ray or that comes out, the digital version, we'll be pausing all these bits like we did with like Batman v Superman and Man of Steel when there was like a Batman poster in the background, but you'd need some high-tech lens to see it, you know. But this is all in front of us
now. It's going to be right there, but I'm going to try and pinch and zoom on an actual cinema screen so I can get the right footage. It looked beautiful. That's it. The film we saw did look beautiful, and it wasn't because it was like a private screening. The screen wasn't that big, so I'm ready for the next step where the screen gets bigger, the sounds get louder. I can get lost in this fantastic story and see these characters literally fly around on the screen and fly off the screen as well, because I'm ready for those 3D screenings as well. It's just
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, see, 4DX, it's all there, Paul. It's all there for options for you.
How many times can you see it in one day?
Well, don't ask that. Next Friday, so when it comes out on the 11th, I'm seeing it at 10:15, 1:30, and 7:30. I could squeeze another one in there, I'm sure, but after that day, I'm going to be just, I think, physically and emotionally exhausted. We've waited so long for this film, and now it's like it's out. We can see it. We can talk about it. I've lived and breathed this film for months, and it's quite surreal that it's finally here. I've just got off a FaceTime call with my buddy Derek in America. Now, he's in LA for the premiere today. He's been walking up the same street that you and I were on about this time last year. He's walking up and down the boulevard, showing me the red carpet, showing me the posters and the billboards and the cutout, and it just... The fact that this Superman tour is still ongoing is amazing, but to see the look on Derek's face of him being so excited. He only pretty much managed to get a ticket a few days ago, so he's very excited to be there. I can't wait for him to sort of come out, because I think I'm going to be, as I said, I'm not sleeping much because I'm too excited for it, but I'm going to be getting up early in the morning and getting more videos and podcasts done, but it's just so nice that it's finally here. Now, it's hard to pick a favourite moment, but what were some of your favourite things that you did see in the film, Paul?
Things for me, not this part isn't a moment, but the colour of everything. Like, the colour in the film is brilliant. Like, yes, other films have been darker. I loved it at the time. The brightness of the blue and the suit and the yellows on the back of the cape. Traditional Superman, the score is there. Scenes for me, I've got to say some of them scenes like near that beginning first second lot with the kaiju in the city, the buildings falling. The CGI and the effects are like outstanding on this.
Beautifully done, and that's it. So looking at that big epic battle on the big scene, and it's that moment where we've seen that on some TV spots now, where Superman gets trampled after he gets the dog out of the way, and then you see Superman just tunnel his way out of the ground. That for me is straight out of a comic or an episode of Superman the animated series. It's Superman doing Superman stuff. Which is what I want to see. So him battling giant monsters and nasty aliens and Lex Luthor robots, sign me up for that. That is what I want to see Superman doing. And then, yes, we get that scene, but we've seen some of the moments between Clark and Lois in her apartment where there's more softer scenes where they give you time to catch your breath, which was nice. That scene for me was beautiful between those two.
I did like... It's around a 10-minute scene with the Lois and Clark interview, we say. But I love David's transition from Clark to Superman. I still love the voice and his mannerism changes and, like I love it all. It was like, I remember James Gunn saying they're trying to get like the Christopher Reeve version where he's Clark Kent and then he's Superman and just his bravado changes and he can do it. So I love it.
Well, they both come from the same acting school, so you don't... I mean, there's plenty of there to reference, but he definitely makes this Superman his own version, though, as well. We see Superman being calm and excited and upset and annoyed and enraged by Lex Luthor. Yep. His acting chops are amazing, and I can't wait to see what he does in the future. I've enjoyed his previous acting roles, but I'm greedy. I want to see him back as Superman already, Paul. I want to see more of that. It was a beautiful, beautiful thing to see Superman back in such a big way. And I'm excited for fans to experience that and get that back. We were at the 30-minute screening last week, and the place was just roaring with applause and laughter. And there was a young kid sat in front of us, and he was getting everybody else's goodies because they didn't want to take it all home. And it was like,
I remember.
this is the best day ever. This is the best. I'm thinking, well, what is beautiful about that is, for this kid, that's his Superman. That's his first interpretation of a Superman. And, you know, with David's representation, David's portrayal, he's not got a bad one there. He's got a fantastic Superman to start off with.
He's come in at like when we came into this, Christopher Reeve. That kid's now coming, and David's his first one, so he's the Reeve for this generation.
That's it, and it was a beautiful thing to see. But before we went into that fan event, just walking around outside Leicester Square, to see so many people in Superman t-shirts and Superman costumes, it was like, this is what it must be like for Batman fans every single day. This is beautiful. This is a fantastic, surreal and exciting moment. And it's not died down, I don't think. The buzz for this film is still there. The merchandise, especially. I know you've probably got a fair bit of merchandise in your shop. What's been some of your favourite stuff that you've had in the shop so far, Paul?
Got in Superman-wise?
Yes.
I'll take you to it if I can spin this camera around. I'll go up this way. One is the Loungefly light-up backpack,
which is behind me on the shelf there. That came from you, my man. Loving that.
A couple of them left in store. Wow. And then today, conveniently, all of the new Funko Pops arrived. So,
let's have a look.
Not only have we got like your Superman, Lois, and Lex, but we now have, obviously, we have Crypto. And then we've also got Guy Gardner, the engineer, Mr. Terrific. Metamorpho has his baby Joey.
Wonderful.
And we also have Superman with the Fortress, a 10-inch Superman, which is a giant one. Luke, we'll get one to you. And plenty of other Smallville and other pops there as well.
Well,
but
talking about that, I mean, we've got those characters there. So yes, I was eagerly awaiting to see what Engineer and Metamorpho could bring to this role, and they were fantastic characters, so visually pleasing to the eye, but also quite dark and sinister characters. But Metamorpho was one that I was looking forward to and did not disappoint. The whole film did not disappoint. I still, as you said, I want to see it a second time to get more of an idea of what we did witness and what we might have missed, but I'm just so happy with it so far. It's made me so just filled with absolute joy. I can't get enough about talking from it.
I know I am. I think I'm humming I think I'm asleep and I can hear the theme tune over and over again. This new version has got into me, like the John Williams. I know it is John Williams, but it's changed. But that's in my head. The music in it, and especially the one that goes into the end credit scene. No spoilers, but you'll get to find out who the band is and what they are in the universe. I liked that the doorway is open still for other characters, and the characters we get to see in this film. No spoilers, but there's a few in there. So it's exciting to see. You know, they make some films like this, Luke, and you know that characters like the Engineer, for instance, or someone like that, they're like a smaller villain, but they end up getting killed off, or they're gone, and they've gone after a movie. It's nice to see that sort of a lot of the stuff that's gone on in this film is still got somewhere to probably go and appear at a later date. That's what I like about this. It weren't just quick, kill that person off, they're out the film, but they've been in it. Back. There's loads still to go on, which I like, and there's a couple of cameos, which I like.
Yeah, there were a couple of little surprise cameos. We won't mention those ones because they are massive spoilers, but it was just great to see so much story and characters put into a film, but it wasn't confusing. There wasn't too much characters to get lost in. I was mentioning this earlier on another chat, is the fact that people were a bit concerned because there are so many characters in this film, but the action and the story and the dialogue all pretty much revolves around Superman. Superman is clearly the main event in this film, and when Superman wasn't on scene, somebody or something was happening about Superman, and I love that, to have him have so much attention. It's a Superman film. And over the years, many people have said it's not hard to write a Superman story. There's so much potential for that. Give him big, bombastic villains. Give him giant monsters to fight. Make him fly. Make him do this. Make him fight. And the fighting and the flying in this film was just chef's kiss.
Beautiful.
I wanted to be sort of sitting on his shoulders as he was flying across the world. I wanted to be like on his back watching the clouds go by. It was truly beautiful stuff. What did you think? Let's go into it. What do you think about Crypto, Paul?
Oh my. Do you know what? The first time we ever saw Crypto in that trailer, I cried, and I was quite. It was a happy cry because he was whistling for help, and then you just see that snow coming in, and then Crypto's there, and I was like, and then the first time I see Crypto like on the screen in HD, I was like, wow, it looks so real. Like I know. It was just like, I know James Gunn's amazing. The people he works with can get these characters. You know, like with Star Wars, you've got Yoda, you've got Baby Grogu. Superman, we've now got Crypto there. I'm sure this isn't the last we're going to see of Crypto either. I loved it. It was a nice little sideline tag team that was in throughout the film. And great towards the ending when you can see why and how he's like he is. I loved it, Luke. More of that, please. I'll be excited to see Ace the Bat Hound in the future. Yes, please, James Gunn.
I mean, we've had the Super Pets movie. Let's make one now and let's get Ozu, James Gunn's dog, in the actual film. I want to see how naughty he is in real life. We've heard James Gunn talking about that all week now, and I want to see some of it in action. He's a bit of a cheeky dog, we know that for sure, and I'd like to see more of that. But yeah. Now, we've seen your fantastic Funko Pops. We've seen some of the stuff in the shop and the bags. What other merchandise are you looking forward to with this film, Paul?
I've already sort of started collecting, so cinema buckets and cups and figures. McFarlane figures, I've been gifted one of them from my friend Paul at Get Ready Comics. A little shout out there to Paul. He gifted me a figure the other day for thank you. I also went to various cinema chains are doing different merch. Cineworld, I've got the light up F and the cup. View, I'm going to Friday, are doing. That's the one, Luke. That's the one.
I went down there yesterday and thought if they've got anything, I'll grab it. And they had like that. I've got the Crypto with the bowl. I've got the Superman cup as well. I'm going to Odeon tomorrow.
Yeah.
But it's like, do I need it? Do I really need this? I was like, it lights up. I need it. So yeah, that's happening.
This is what I was doing in the cinema. I went, I'm not seeing a film, but I need that bucket, that cup, and this. And she's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it was my local cinema. I went down and was like, oh, whilst I'm here, can I just like film a bit of stuff for my Instagram? She's like, yeah, go ahead. We filmed a few little funny bits that are going live in a couple of days. It's just like, it's making me more and more excited for it. And I'm thinking,
I know.
I get to see it tomorrow. I'm seeing it next week. I'm going to see it the week after. I'm going to keep talking about it. This is definitely for me not a sort of a one and done screening. I'm going to need to see this as many times as I possibly can.
Oh, I know. And you know, like films don't last long in the cinema no more. They're normally out for a month, 6 weeks, and then it's on telly in 3 months' time. And I remember from Batman, watching that at home on the TV isn't the same effect as watching it in the cinema. So I'll just say to everybody, go to your biggest screen that you can get to near you, or even travel to one to check this out in the cinema, because it is so much more effective on the big screen. Yeah. Yes, it will still be good at home with family, but go and support the cinema. Go and check this out in cinema, because this has got to be seen on the cinema screen. Epic. I'm
looking forward to a sort of, if I ever get the odd day now where I've got a free morning or a free couple of hours, I'll be like, I got 3 hours spare. Let's get back in the cinema. Let's watch it again. Let's watch this part again. Because I would go back just for certain scenes, whether it's just me catching the end credits or the beginning credits. Yeah. There's so many scenes that I want to see again. There's so many moments I want to hear. And also, I want to hear that music, Paul, as you mentioned. The music and the score in this film. A couple of songs in there as well that are featured. One being a band that doesn't technically exist, so it might get released. But there are a couple of songs that are in there as well. I like watching the credits at the end of a film. And there were a few songs that do get featured. And I was like, oh, that's fun. But that score, which obviously has huge nods to John Williams, but yeah, John Murphy and David Fleming have done just amazing work with that, and we've both seen Superman in concert with a live orchestra. If they could do that with this, I would be so happy. That would be
we're there. First night, we got to go. It's got to happen.
That's it. Royal Albert Hall, let's make that happen, please. Let's get Anthony Gabrielli back as the fantastic conductor, and we can make that happen. But yeah, it's just a brilliant time to be a fan of something, Paul, because everyone's being so passionate about it. What are you hoping that fans get out of this film the most?
I think, one, for like our generation, they're going to love it because it's Superman. It's a new Superman. It's great to see a new Superman film. And I'm sure this isn't our last. Probably in 10, 20 years' time, we're going to see some other Supermen come.
I'll be back.
I'm excited for the generations of like the kids and the younger adults that are in Leicester Square, the 5-year-olds, the 20-year-olds. this is a whole new Superman for them. This is where they're coming in. Everyone was wearing the T-shirts and capes, and I'm excited for that because it reminds me of me when I was about 5, probably 4 or 5, when I first watched Superman with Christopher Reeve. And it's like it's happening all over again. And I feel proud and privileged to be alive and to witness this new... It's a great feeling. It's really hard to explain, but to see everything I've been into all my life and what I do, and now seeing all this other generation that's going to be the ones coming up doing what we're doing in 10, 20 years, you know? So it's phenomenal, beautiful.
It has been a beautiful thing to see this start off with just a couple of minimal trailers and interesting choices of posters as well, which we do get to see. That first image we saw of Superman like putting his boots on, we get that scene in the film, and I was not expecting it. It was so well done. But it's just the fact that we are getting these characters. We're getting more Mara and Pa Kent. We're getting so much more Lois Lane. This really is a love letter to all the comics and TV shows and films that have come before, because they're trying to acknowledge everything, whether it be the people that work at the Daily Planet, whether it be Perry White and Jimmy Olsen, and even Cat Grant getting some screen time. It's the fact that there's such a vast, vast world of Superman stories and characters that have been there since 1938. That they are getting their time to shine. And I want more of that. I think James Gunn has this real love for characters that have been around for decades, and he wants their story to be told. And when it comes to the promo tour for this film, I've never met somebody that has worked so hard as him and David and Rachel and Nicholas, because they're just zipping about from country to country to country. They were in France like 2 days ago. They're back in LA today. It's really like non-stop.
I don't know how they do it.
I was done in from 3 days in London. I couldn't be going around the world doing it as well.
It's like James Gunn said, I don't know what day it is, I don't know what time it is, I don't know what continent we're in, and he's like, I could imagine it gets like that because you're just so pulled all over the place.
Confused.
Brilliant.
He was still a fantastic, fantastic presence in the UK tour. And when we were at Warner Brothers for what we thought was a Q&A, which was beautiful. We were so excited just to be there and have our questions asked. Then it was at the end of it, he was kind of like, well, most of all, I'm excited for people to see this film. And then there was a bit of a pause. And he was like, do you want to see it? And the place went absolutely raucous as we were sat down and then realising, oh, wow, we actually are going to watch the film. Mad moment.
I know. It was all so secretive. And we had the event in the morning. I don't know if we've talked about that in this or another video, like the zip wire. And then we went to Warner's, didn't we?
Yeah. Let's talk about, because everyone's Zipwire experience was different.
We rewind.
I spoke to Kiblars this morning about that one, and then you were on your Zipwire as well. You bravely went before me because I pretty much told you to, because I was scared out my soul. You've done a Zipwire before. You mentioned that, and that helped. But what was this Zipwire like for you?
This was like one. I went first because they asked who was going first, and no one replied, so I stepped up.
You did. I'm very proud of that. Me and Jeremy from All on the Board were sort of stepping backwards as you were stepping forward.
With Warner Brothers representatives, it was like, yesterday was a bit cloudy. Today we had perfect sunshine, the light. And I think what done me, when we came out of that door, I keep saying the Daily Planet, on the top of the Canary Wharf, and you was on the roof looking over at everything, and there's helicopters at eye line, and you're like, what the hell is going on?
Low. And I thought those planes a bit low. Why is that plane so low? Nope, we're actually up pretty much eyes with this plane and helicopter. But
and then
it was a gorgeous view. Absolutely
phenomenal.
Stunning.
The safety people were like amazing who have set that up. They talked you through everything, the rigging, the harness, the weight it could hold, like a car. And then rigged us up for like the 25-second flight across from Canary Wharf to the building opposite. And it was like this. It wasn't like a slow incline or decline. It was a very steep one. So it's quite a long wire. And it was fantastic, wasn't it? It was like the view. I remember, if you see my footage, I'm sort of just moving my head around just so people could see the background of everything behind. And now watching it back, I remember everything I said. So it was quite cool to see.
It was great. I mean, it was loud up there, and I was shouting. I didn't know how loud my voice was because they could still hear me as I was getting off the other end. My voice was booming, as it were. But
it was.
So
I was
calm,
watching you.
Though.
You literally left the platform, and I could hear you coming, and I didn't know if it was you or Jemmy, but then I knew it was you.
I'm coming down, Superman, I'm coming for you. It was a great moment. And the fact that we did it for this film, it makes that memory even like more magical and even stronger. But such a magical day, a magical few days in London. Going there and seeing that Daily Planet little pop-up, going to the HMV with James Gunn, walking around. It was just a magical, magical time. And it's made me, of course, it's made us appreciate the character more, because Superman is what we love. Superman is what we do as well. But a fantastic few days in London. What would you like, even though we're pretty much, I'm hoping that we get guaranteed a Superman sequel, what would you like to see in Superman 2, Paul?
I'd like to see more of Daily Planet work going on. So we got Kat, we got Jimmy, we got Perry, we got Steve. And that reminded me a little bit of Lois and Clark, New Adventures of Superman, you know, like who's always in the Daily Planet and how they are. I'd like more of that in the next one.
That would be lovely.
And Clark having to zoom off and go and fly off to do something, you know. I'd like to see that in the sequel. A few more characters, yes, please. This isn't saturated like some people thought. The characters all work well, and the way they've done that is good because it's not an origin story for everybody. We know these characters, so it was quite cool to go straight into that. A few more cameos. The cameos work wonderfully, don't they? So it'd be nice to get a few cameos and these end credits.
Yes.
But yeah, I think I'd like a bit more of the Daily Planet and the work, and then him having to zoom off. I've just rewatched Superman 2 and Superman 3. And yeah, I like a lot more of some Daily Planet stuff. I'd like a bit more of that myself.
I mean, the Daily Planet is a huge part of the Superman world, and it was done so well. And without spoiling too much of the story, journalism is a huge character in this film as well. James Gunn did mention that on a few press events, and I was like, well, how can it feature? It does. The importance of getting accurate and fast news into the world, and the impact that it can have on real-time events was so beautifully done. And as you said, more of Daily Planet for me. I'm always wanting that. We didn't get too much in Man of Steel and Batman v Superman. We got a little bit about how the news is so important, but it was done in this film with both digital news and actual print media as well. And I'm sure journalists around the world are going to be proud to be able to watch this movie and have their craft, you know, featured in a film where the world of journalism is such a huge part. It's why Superman is Clark Kent. He gets to be a journalist and report the truth, whilst when he's Superman, he's going off and saving the world. So yeah, good shout. I would like more Daily Planet in the future, Paul, as well. And hopefully lots more crypto as well. So it's an exciting time. And again, I know when we both go back and see this film again, we're going to notice more things. We're going to notice more things tomorrow. What I'm interested for tomorrow is seeing how the audience reacts. It's one of my favourite things for me. So, again, without spoiling too much, what scenes are you excited to see the audience laugh and cheer for?
I'm trying to spoil stuff. I don't like spoiling stuff because I like the anticipation. One, I like the audience reaction. I think you enjoy it more with a bigger audience when the reactions are there because everyone's laughing and the same bits. Probably like the scenes with Lex at the fortress and Crypto and what goes on there. The scenes where, I don't want to spoil anything. There is a few Crypto
You're doing
things.
so well.
There's a few
so well, but yeah,
few Crypto moments. I like the baby Joey. I like what Superman does when he's in that other world with the dimension with Metamorpho. There's some good bits in there. I'm not spoiling much. Yeah, there's quite a lot. I think more excited for that opening. The opening bit with the opening music. That's the first bit.
Yes, it's done so well with that scene. I'm looking forward to that. And it's just any scene with Lex. I've been looking forward to seeing what Lex can do for so long. And we've seen a little bit. But I didn't have like hatred for him. He wasn't like a villain. And then you get like 15 minutes of screen time in this film. You think, actually, can't stand you now. Well done, Nicholas Hoult. You are a true villain. You're like a pantomime. I want to boo and hiss you and throw cabbages at the screen. You are what a villain and what a Lex Luthor can truly be like. Intelligent, charming, threatening, abusive, conniving. It's like you want that from a character. You want that from a villain. And he was a fantastic villain. And I'm sure in other episodes of this podcast, we will talk a bit more about Ultraman and other spoilers, but you've not spoiled anything so far, Paul. So well done. But yeah, it's an exciting time, and I can't wait for more people to witness this film and talk about it and talk with us. We've said this before. If you want to reach out and chat to us about this film, do it in a direct message. Chuck us an email. Don't put it in the comments so other people get it spoiled. There's a lot of positivity around this film right now, and I want that to continue. I don't want this film to be ruined by the negative ones and the ones that are out there to ruin it, people. But it's just a great time to be a fan of cinema and a fan of superheroes, Paul. So
It is.
if
The summer
no,
of
again,
Superman.
without that's it. It's been like, well, the life of Superman for me for so long, but right now this summer of Superman is just absolutely so exciting, and we've got that premiere in LA today. There's the early screening tomorrow for a lot of Amazon Prime people in America as well.
Yeah.
It's just a great time. It's just
More
so exciting. And I mean, I'm there's going to be a couple of weeks time where I finally like breathe out and just think it's all over, and I'll be very sad. I'll be very sad, but it's great to see Superman get his moment in the sun, as it were. And going all the way back from 1938 to now, Jerry and Joe, that legacy of Superman is still so strong, and still everyone's enjoying the story. It's just when you and I know when we see that Superman emblem, when we saw it in LA, we saw it on the Warner Brothers tour, and we saw those Superman suits, so many different suits. It was emotional to see that, for us to be up there and to witness it. It's powerful that it's almost a century of Superman, and we're not slowing down at all, Paul.
That was like when we was there. It was like being in a place. It was like being in church. It was like being in a place of worship. I think we were in there, weren't we? And we was quite quiet for a bit. I think taking everything in, and you felt like you was in this religious place. So it is probably for us, but it was
It was a good way of putting it. It was like spiritual. We saw a few Batmobiles, then we walked around a corner and saw just this wall of Superman suits and all of the Justice League suits. It was like, wow, this is like, for us, this is like a real big fan of art going to see the Mona Lisa, or for somebody that's into music going to see a real prestigious concert. For us, this means something, and it will always do that. And this film taps into that nostalgia and that love of storytelling and that want to be excited and entertained and laugh and cry in a film. I keep saying it, but as you said, it's a comic book come to life, but it's more than just a movie. It does tug at the heartstrings. Just me now talking about it. I've been talking about this film all day. I've done like 4 podcasts today. I love it because I'm just talking about Superman. It's fantastic. But yeah.
That's what you love.
Great time.
What we love, mate, and this is what it's all about, Luke. This is like nothing else on earth could give you this feeling that we're getting, and there's more of it coming, and it's just amazing sugar candy coming to all of us. So I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
I mean, there's not many people that I would jump off a building for, but Superman and you, Paul, that are two. Those are 2 of them. That are 2 things for it.
That was your first word you shouted out. This is for you, Superman. I remember.
This is for you. I couldn't remember what I said at the time. I'm very impressed that I didn't say any naughty words. I know some people did, and they got bleeped out. But wow, what a moment! I will add links to this podcast to our zip wires and to your shop and to your socials as well, Paul. But where can people find you online, my good man?
We're online at dcworld.org.uk, on Twitter and Instagram, and also the geekgarage.co.uk, and that's again on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. We're on there as well, and Facebook. So yeah, we're pretty much everywhere. DC World and Geek Garage.
Everywhere.
You can find us. Thank you, Luke.
We will find you, and the people will find you as well, and that is it. Paul, thank you so much for your time. I'm sure you're very busy tonight. We've got our reviews to get ready next. That's what's coming next to all our socials. When we can, when the embargo lifts, we can drop our reviews online as well. But stay tuned, because we're going to be talking so much more Superman in the upcoming weeks. Paul, thank you for your time. I'll speak to you soon, and I will see you very soon as well, sir.
Pleasure, Luke. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Take care, everyone.
Take care, buddy.
Thank you.